Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Seth Volnoff.
All right, we are enjoying ourselves. A very pleasant evening here on this Saturday. Things look and feel pretty good outside as we look on at the State Farm Center here in Champaign, which after last night's men's basketball game, the college season officially over with for both the men and women as far as playing those home games. Of course, both their seasons continue on as March Madness is just getting started, but hard to believe we're not going to be seeing any games out that direction affiliated with the U of I, of course, here for some time. Here's a look at your satellite radar picture. A few clouds drifting in from the south. Aside from that, a mostly clear sky so far this evening. 43 at the moment in Champaign is your temperature. 47 in Decatur, 47 down there in Effingham as well. Winds have been turning all sorts of directions here over the last 24 hours. Right now, out of the west between about 5 and 10 miles an hour. Tonight, we'll be dropping down into the upper 20s, but perhaps more importantly, we'll also be flipping forward an hour tonight as well, and we are going to start getting used to that more spring or summer-like kind of daylight distribution here. This was this morning's numbers, I guess this morning and this evening's numbers compared to tomorrow's. Sunrise is at 6:15. Now it's going to be a little later, talking after 7 o'clock, but of course that is in exchange for your sunset also being closer to 7 p.m. So starting to extend the days a little bit here. And tomorrow's not a bad day to kind of extend because high temperature is 61 degrees. It's going to feel awesome out there. So the longer we have the daylight around in the evening, the longer you can go out and enjoy a day like this. Should be a very delightful day there tomorrow. Let's look at some of those highs. 61 in Champaign, 59 in Decatur, 60 in Springfield, and 60 in Lincoln. So kind of 50-50 as to whether or not you make it to the 60s or you stay down there into the upper 50s. But if you're waiting for those 60s, you won't have to wait very long. If you're waiting for those 70s, you won't have to wait very long because they are both on their way here into this upcoming week. Looks like 4 out of 5 days could actually hit the 70-degree mark. So that spring-like air is definitely on its way in. We're not going to have a whole lot in the way of rain chances to talk about here over the next 7 days, except towards the very tail end. Looks like Friday and Saturday could bring us a pretty big system rolling through that could cause some complications. Let's talk about that here coming up, looking at our future track. The one day in this upcoming work week that might not make it to 70 degrees is going to be Tuesday. Going to have a cold front to the north that's not going to really bring us anything, but might get close enough to kind of keep just a few cooler spots around. After that, not a whole lot going on until we get to Friday. Then we notice this system kind of diving across the plains. It'll make its way this direction. You see some widespread rain associated with that. Still a lot we don't know about the system, about 6 to 7 days out still, but it looks like the ingredients are kind of lining up. We're at that stage now to kind of pay attention to the model trends to see what's going to happen. And we're even seeing that atmospheric fuel, even though the colors are towards the low end of the spectrum, seeing these kind of shades of green return back to the forecast. Haven't seen that for some time, so we'll have to keep an eye out there for some potential severe weather, at the very least some storm chances. And looking down the line, 8 to 14-day outlook does keep a little bit of a rainy look here to things as we get deeper into March. So might have to continue to watch over the next few weeks to see what kind of storm chances stick out to us. But aside from that, your 7-day forecast looks pretty clean. Lots of sunshine, lots of nice warm temperatures as well. Perhaps the one piece of bad news to share, depending on your viewpoint of it, is that time change tonight, losing that hour of sleep. Definitely not a whole lot of fun, but getting those sunsets closer to 7 p.m., especially when you've got nice days like this. Maybe not the end of the world, kind of a glass half full or glass half empty approach, depending on which one you are. What do you think, Will? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I like the trade-off. I mean, You want to get up because it's going to be beautiful out.
How long does it take you to get over that hour of sleep? Is it like a day, 2 days?
No, it's probably about a month, Seth.
Yeah, about a month. Yeah,
Maybe a year.
We never recover from it.
Yeah,
Never. That's right.
All right, appreciate it. Your health and consumer news is next.